fellow squeakers, and, well, welcome to another announcement. As you can see, we are back here in Minecraft. I just wanted to pass on some information and tell you a little bit about what's going to be happening over the next over the next week for sure, and probably over the next month or so. So for the next week or so, I have just a ridiculously busy schedule. It's insane. There's no way that I'm going to be able to post regularly. I should still be able to post at least once a day, but I don't know when that's going to be. It's probably going to be pretty haphazard, very random. I'm not sure. But I wanted to let you know, kind of give you a heads up that over the next week or so, things are going to get weird. Things should be back on track by most likely Monday. Let's see, that would be Monday, I guess the 15th, 16th? I think it's 15th. I think it's the 15th. But roughly Monday the 15th of May, I should be back on track and everything should be fine. To give you a heads up, the two of the four series that I have right now are coming to an end. My Mad Max is going to be running out of episodes pretty soon. We will be coming to its final conclusion and wrapping that series up probably sometime in the next week, maybe a little longer, but roughly about a week or so. The Flame in the Flood, wonderful game, truly enjoyed it, but we are also coming to the end of that series. And probably in the next, also during this week sometime, assuming that I can stay on a regular posting, even a semi-regular posting schedule, most likely the Flame in the Flood will be done by the end of this week as well. That means two series are most likely going to be finishing up this week. Either this week or perhaps at the beginning of next week, but most likely this week. That's going to leave two series. One is, of course, the 7 Days to Die multiplayer, which, as you know, is very haphazard. It's kind of, here, there, and whenever we can make time to get some recording done. Play Maestro is a family man, is a very busy person. So is Little Mama Bear. She also is a family woman. So they're both very busy with their lives and their jobs and their careers and their kids and everything else. I'm the only one whose kids are grown and single. So while I may have some extra time to be able to do this kind of stuff, it's a lot more difficult for them to do it. So that's why that particular series is sort of here, there, and wherever we can get it. So for a little while, I'm probably just going to be recording Stardew Valley. And I hope you guys are enjoying that series. I am truly, truly loving that game. It is by far the best game I have played probably since the Elder Scrolls came out with Skyrim. Skyrim is probably the only game that has come close to being as good. And even then, I mean, it's a tough call whether or not I enjoy Stardew Valley more than I do Elder Scrolls. But Elder Scrolls was a phenomenal game, but Stardew Valley is phenomenal. I am truly, truly enjoying it. And I encourage all of you, if you have not yet gone out and tried this game, give it a try. It is amazingly addictive, and I am loving this game. I will most likely be playing this game for quite some time. I don't really have a foreseeable ending to it right now because I don't know when the end of the game happens. I know that the game is technically like you could potentially like play it forever, but chances are I'm not going to do that. I'm going to inevitably set some goals, but right now, even though we're the first year, I've already recorded up through the first year. I still have no idea when like even a reasonable time to end this series would be. So right now, for the foreseeable future, Stardew Valley is going to stay here for quite some time. Now, I do have some other possibilities for starting new series. One of them is Hitman Absolution. I got that with a bundle that I got, like kind of one of those Steam bundles that they do once in a while. A friend of mine kind of talked me into getting the bundle. All in all, it wasn't a bad bundle, but honestly, the games on it just aren't recordable kind of games. I mean, while Dungeon Siege 3 is a terrific game, a lot of fun, I don't know if I can really see doing a series on it. That would kind of like be that would kind of like that would be like recording like the Diablo series. It's there's no real start and stopping point. It's kind of hard to really see that being a series per se. I don't know. I've tried playing a little bit of it, and honestly, the feel of it would just felt wrong for recording. So haven't decided. Hitman Absolution seems like a pretty decent game to record because it's kind of in missions, and so I could potentially just pick a mission, uh, you know, do some editing to make sure that it's not too ridiculously long, and like play a mission that's an episode, play a mission that's an episode, play a mission that's an episode. Um, that has potential. But while I do enjoy stealth games and assassination games, Hitman has never really done it for me. I've tried it in the past. I've done a couple of Hitman games. I don't know. Call me silly. It's just not my style of game. It's okay. It's not awesome. It's okay. And so maybe I'll end up doing a series on that. It's going to depend heavily on the reaction that I get from you to this announcement here. Um, nah, I don't know. The other games I got with it, I got like a kind of a cheap version of Tomb Raider, which is kind of lame, to be honest. Not thrilled with this version of Tomb Raider. It's a platformer, stupid. And the other was like a murder ish type game where basically you're a spirit and you're trying to solve your own murder. It's not intuitive. And that's part of the problem with these games is that the controls don't feel intuitive, the gameplay doesn't feel intuitive. It's okay. They're not bad. The concepts are great. The gameplay is okay, but I don't know. I'm. It's hard for me to get into it, and if I'm not into it, obviously that's going to show up in my recording. And how are you guys going to enjoy it if I'm not enjoying it? I mean, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. In any case, that's another. Those are some games that I've recently gotten that I have not played for you guys, and I don't know if I'm gonna. Maybe I will. I don't know. Leave some comments and tell me. Look up Dungeon Siege 3, and I can't. I think it's Tomb Raider, Cradle of Light, something like that. I don't remember. It's a complete departure from the standard Tomb Raider series. It's not third person at all. It's like a platformer, like a 3D platformer. I don't like 3D platformers. And Hitman Absolution. Every review I've read on Hitman Absolution says it's probably the worst of the Hitman series. And I've played it. It's okay. I'm sure it might be entertaining to play and watch, and I'm sure, like, I've only played like the introductory challenge, and just to kind of get used to the controls of it. I don't know. Um, I don't know. It's I'm honestly unsure about that one. But please, if you guys have played it before, and you know what the games are like, and you think, "Hey, I'd love to watch Lion, play something like that," let me know. I mean, I'll give it a second look if you tell me, "Hey, no, this is a great game, and we would love to watch you play it." Okay, I'm down with it. I'll do what I can, and much like some of the other series that I have tried and kind of went meh on, if I play it and I just don't get into it, I'll stop. You know, um, Another game, Osiris New Dawn. I know that's going to be coming out. I believe. Oh gosh, when they gave a date a while ago, and I can't remember what the date was. But I know that the full release is going to be coming out soon, if not already. I don't remember when it's coming out. But I can't remember off my head. But I know that when that game fully releases, I want to get back into Osiris New Dawn, and give that another shot. Um, and of course, Subnautica. When Subnautica finishes its full release, um, I want to try that one too. But eh, both of those games, I've kind of played through the basics of it, and I've kind of gone through and seen a lot of it. I want to wait for the full release before I jump too far back into that again. Um, Another is the Total War Warhammer. I know that I have a couple of fans who are really wanting me to get back into that. Um, Considering it. Actually, heavily considering it. Um, I know at least one of my fans will love me saying, "Yeah, I'm gonna try some more of this," because I know he loves the Warhammer series, the Total War Warhammer. Hey, so do I. I do enjoy it, but it becomes difficult to record because focusing on like when's a good time to stop. How many battles can I fit in? Can I squeeze in another turn? It starts getting a little unwieldy, and the episodes start getting really long, and I can't let the episodes get too long. I mean, as it is, my episodes are already hovering between 20 and 30 minutes, sometimes as much as 40 minutes, and that's too long. It's people get bored after a while. And I don't want to bore you guys. I want to be entertaining. That's the whole point. Um, but I do want to get back into Total War Warhammer, and I'm thinking that the next campaign I do there will either be Vampire Counts, because I'm very interested in trying the new Karsteins uh, addition that they've put on the Vampire Counts, with Isabella and all that. That looks very interesting. And the Empire, I do kind of, I love me some cannons and rockets, and steam tanks. And the nice thing about the Empire is that it's very general and it's not specific at all. And if I wanted to, I can play it much like I played the dwarves. I can you know create my defensive, uh, you know ironclad defense if I wanted to. Um, but less so. I guess maybe it's just because I like the dwarves. Um, and of course, there will be Total War Warhammer 2 coming out. Something I am very excited about because the new release is supposed to have Skaven, which is very cool. But the one that really gets me excited, Lizardmen. Dinosaurs riding dinosaurs. What about that is awful? Nothing. I am so looking forward to playing the Lizardmen. Oh my god, I will get Total War Warhammer 2 just for the Lizardmen. I want to see Stegosauruses and Tyrannosauruses and Triceratops like trampling down on the enemy. Oh yeah, looking forward to it. Big time looking forward to it. Um, but right now, I do have a lot of thoughts and ideas on what games I want to try. Um, Originally, I was going to look into Conan Exiles, but that kind of turned into a bust. Uh, Everyone was pretty much saying it was Ark without the dinosaurs. Uh, no, no. The only thing that was good about Ark were the dinosaurs. I I played around a little bit with it, bored. Not my thing. Um, and there are a couple other games out there that are empire builders, which I do enjoy empire builders. Maybe I'll have to do some research into some other games. Money's been a little tight lately. Um, and mainly due to the fact that, well, I have not gotten my tax return, even though I submitted the tax return. I submitted my taxes nearly 3 months ago, and I still haven't gotten my tax return yet. And I've had a lot of expenses come up that I was kind of counting on the tax return to cover, and it didn't. So, but anyway, you guys don't need to know my problems. But it has put a bit of a damper on getting new games. So I'm probably going to have to maybe revisit some of the other some of my older games. Perhaps I'll start a new series. I have another idea for doing a single player of the 7 Days to Die. I'd kind of like to try that again. The first single player I was not getting into, but I do have some ideas on how I want to do another single player with 7 Days to Die. Um, so maybe I'll try again. Maybe. I don't know. Again, it's going to depend heavily on your interests. I really want your comments, guys. I would like to know what you, my fans, want to watch. If there's some good games out there, please let me know. When I get the money, I may just go out and get it and play it for you guys, just so I can kind of see for myself what the hoopla is. If you know of some good like some good zombie games or some empire building games. I mean, you guys have kind of seen the kind of games that I've been playing. If I think by now you probably, if you've been watching the rest of my series and all the other series as I've done, I'm sure by now you've probably got a general idea of the kind of games I like. So if you see something and you kind of go, you know what, I'll bet he'd really get into that, I will look into it. Bear in mind, I may have already looked into it, into that particular game that you're suggesting, and kind of went, no, stupid, something. But I won't discount it at a hand. If if there's enough interest in, like, I don't know, like say Factorio. My first impression of Factorio was too complicated. I don't want to mess with it. If I'm gonna do that kind of creativity, building. I'll come back to Minecraft. Minecraft has the simplicity that I like, and yet the variation that gives me everything that I need. Something like Factorio starts getting way heavily into aspects I don't want to deal with. And who knows? Mama Bear has been talking about wanting to do a new Minecraft series with something called Foolcraft. I may give that a try. She's also been talking to me about a multiplayer shooter called Alien Attack. You probably have seen it on her channel. That might be fun. Thus far, I've had very little opportunity to be able to play the game because it doesn't work on my computer. Apparently, the game is not compatible with my advanced graphics cards. As I had mentioned a few months back, when I bought this, I bought all top-of-the-line stuff, including, like, the best video games on the market back then. And apparently, my video cards are literally too advanced for the game. I've never heard of that before, but apparently it's a thing. We got a hold of the makers of the game, and they said, yeah, it's you can't do it, Lion. It won't work. It's like, oh, well, bummer. Let's see, do I have anything else to relate to you? I don't think so. I think that's pretty much covered everything that I want to tell you about. So I will be back in about a week, possibly as long as a week and a half, posting more regularly, posting the 2 a day like I usually do. Until then, I will most likely be down to 1 per day, and I might have to skip a day or two, here and there. Sorry, guys. It's gonna be. I'm just gonna be simply too busy. It's just not gonna be possible. And you know how you keep from these delays from happening in the future? Why, it's simple. Tell your friends and get more subscribers to this channel. Just hey, the bigger we get, the more possibility that I can start monetizing. And if I can start monetizing and actually making some money off of this, I might be able to not have all this burnt time that I'm having to take for both military and professional reasons. I'll be able to actually focus on this full time, and man, would I love to do that. I can't tell you how much I'd love to do that. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this particular episode. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like, and it helps me out so very much. For those of you who are regular viewers of mine, please make sure you're hitting that subscribe button and sharing my videos on your social media. I truly, truly appreciate it when you do. And for all of you who are already supporters of mine, well, you know, I am truly grateful to all of you. And I would not have the little that I have today without you. The first few, the first 100 subscribers are your most precious, because they're the hardest to get, and that means that you are my true die-hard fans. And it takes someone special to support someone small, and you guys are supporting someone small. Good on you, and thank you so very much for your love and support. And as always, everyone, always remember that anyone can be a mouse that roars, but it takes someone special to be a lion that squeaks. So embrace your inner lion and squeak on!